where I was obviously called an N-word, and I was basically telling this story to one of who I thought was my friend at that time, who is Caucasian.
Sorry.
As I was describing the story, and I was like, yeah, this person called me an N-word. For you now to repeat that same word to me, see, I never told a lot of people about this, because it was one of those things where
she didn't tell me, and I was in the room. I don't even remember being in the room.
I was just so shocked.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go over my head. I just curved in. I was just like, I can't be friends with somebody that is gonna call me that word. And for you to even have the audacity to say it back to me when I've just said it to you, trying to describe a story and telling you what happened to me, was just like, what?
But do you know where? Do you know?
No.
The thing is where that person was from. Now, and when I say where that person, not saying that it's right, but they never educated themselves before they came to uni.
But if you know that is a racist word, you just do not say it. Whether someone's saying it to you, trying to describe their story or what happened to them, you know that's a racist word. So it shouldn't even come out of your mouth.
Did she apologize?
No.
In the moment, nothing. So she didn't acknowledge that she even said the word.
Said exactly.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I was just like,
you're good. Our group would have been a wrap right there and then.
So I guess you guys weren't really friends after that incident, were you?
I mean, it wasn't. After that, I just kind of knew where I stood, because it was the thing where, you know, when you're black in a group, obviously I had Sam, but like I felt like Sam had more of a relationship and a connection with this particular person. So I just felt like I'm not going to be the person to be now doing react now or in their faces. So I just thought, you know what, let me just distance myself. Obviously, another incident occurred, which made me say, okay, finito.
Now you know that situation.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah.
Nakie was holding that in from her whole uni experience. So it's a shame that we were holding so much in because we were trying to protect our reputations.
Honestly, like, and I'm shocked that I never, you know, those things where you just think about, or you just put it in the back of your head because you're thinking, I'm not gonna do that. And I know a lot of people will be saying, why are you guys deciding to do videos now that you've graduated? Keyword, graduated. If this had been released while we were still at uni, God knows what grade I would have got. I got a high Q1, boy. I could have probably come out with a third. I probably would have come out with a third. So to be honest with you, I'm protecting myself. I protected myself for the sake of grades. If it wasn't that, my mouth would have been open. But then we did do a performance to do with race. Still nothing was changed. But I'm not letting get into that.
That will come up. I'm interested for this question because we've kind of covered it already, but it's very interesting. Was all people of color dealing with racism, in your opinion? Who wants to go first?
Shakira.
I mean, everyone might have their own little story of what happened when we didn't see and whatnot.
Exactly.
But day to day, I don't think everyone was going through the same level of struggle. But maybe that was just them accepting more than we were willing to accept.
Okay.
I 100% agree. I think maybe some people will sugarcoat certain things. Some people obviously didn't see what maybe we were seeing, or boy, I don't know whether your eyes were closed or what. But I just personally think some people will just sugarcoat and thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't that bad when it was actually bad. I can't really say, oh, it's down to personality. It's just down to being cool or being in a certain group of people or how you speak to certain people or maybe
Go on.
No, go on.
I truly, and I, people can box me 2 licks down, but in drama, it was based down to who owns and who owns and lets out their culture. That is what separated who got the most of the prejudice and the racism than others. Like me and you, Nakie, and 2 others that we worked with, we owned that we were Black, African and Caribbean people. We owned that through what we would say when we were talking about things and bringing up the fact of race, just in normal conversation and in class topics, as well as as a creative people. And that's not in drama, because I don't think it's the same in dance, but in drama, our one was down to us 4 owned our Blackness, and because of that, we got put into that category of Black people, although we had people that were Asian and that were Black and mixed race also in our year group. Either they were hardly there, so they never really got the chance to be put into that category, or they shied away from that. They shied away from talking about race or talking about those stuff.
Yeah.
But they would talk about it behind closed doors. When it came to talking about it in class and talking about it in front of lecturers and owning where you come from, it was only us 4.
No.
And that was the difference, reason why we faced it more in drama than other people. And I talk about 3 other people. Shakira, why do you think, and Nakie, but Shakira, because you were there in dance mostly, why do you think what separated certain Black people from not getting it as much as others?
Maybe just upbringing is one thing, because as well, not everyone's from like where we're from. Some people are from, out of London, let's just say, and I know that maybe some places not a lot of Black people live there. Maybe you grew up around other races. So yeah, upbringing, that was one thing. So that's just what you're used to. No matter where you are, you're gonna gravitate towards what you're used to.
Yeah.
So if that's you having white friends, if that's your friends touching your hand saying, "Wow, like you're so tan," then that's you. But that was never gonna be me. I think it's about like conforming as well. Like I was not ready to lick anyone's bum, like just to be in a friendship. I knew my capabilities as a dancer, and I wasn't gonna do this whole secondary school thing like, oh, she's my friend, she's not my friend. I could care less about friendships in uni, honestly. So I guess it's like, if you want to be popular, you're gonna put yourself in those groups and in those situations. But I think for me and you, Nakie, it was the same. It was like, well, who's forcing it actually? Because it ain't me.
So do you think it was? So you think it was down to upbringing as well as people willing?
Yeah, definitely.
Straight.
Oh Lord!
Listen, hey, everyone wants to feel accepted. Everyone wants to feel a part of something. I was just at a point in my life where I did not care, because outside of uni, I had friends. I had a lot of friends, and also the friends I did have in uni. It was okay. It was alright for me. Like,
it wasn't a thing where it's like, you have to make friends. If you knew you had your people, it's cool. You ain't got to make no friends. Like if it's all about forcing it,
Yeah.
And even to be honest, outside of the course, I think I can say the same for Nakie as well. I think we were pretty well known outside of our courses. We'll be in the corridor saying, hi, yeah, what's good, come into lesson. It's that deep. It's that deep.
It's true.
Oh my,
it's true.
You have to start.
Nakie, what about you? Why do you think that like not everyone experienced it?
True, yeah, because we both answered it. Yeah, you ain't answered.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like I said, I can only speak from what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like certain people maybe were loved by certain people, and if you felt like you were loved by certain people, then you just felt like, yeah, what? Yeah, I know. And obviously certain lectures as well, like half of the lectures didn't even know my name. Fam, it's that deep, but it's like certain that other black people, they knew their name because they were it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
So it's just maybe down to like who you speak to, or who speak. I mean, nobody really spoke to me. Yeah. I mean, I could say that I can't speak for anybody's experience because we don't know everything. We can only speak from what we encountered and what we saw.
Well, I can say what I can see. I can see what I saw in drama alone for the ones that are doing full field with me, at least from second year upwards. But that's just me. Did the racism/prejudice get worse or just more noticeable as the course went on? So did it get worse or was it just more noticeable? For me, it was more noticeable. It never got worse.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, as I said, like, as for me, when I've looked back, I realized that there were certain situations that were going on in first year that I should have picked up on because they were friends that were saying certain things. But second year, and then third year made second year look like it was nothing because third year, no one was holding back on the way how they felt. But again, because it's not America, over here, everyone does it. Everyone does it. And I said it to both of you, where you squint and you're like, wait a second, were they being racist? You question whether or not someone was being racist towards you. And you have to squint. But that's what happens over here. At least with America, I'll give them one thing. I can't speak, but just by the videos and stuff that I see, at least you're most likely going to get told nigger. At least you know you're going to get that word directly to you. Whereas over here, no one wants to say it because no one wants to be perceived as racist. Everyone's just quiet behind doors racist. I don't like that. If you're going to be racist, own it. Own it.
It's true.
Don't be behind closed door acting like that. So for me, it got worse. It got worse and it got more noticeable. Because
I'd say more noticeable as well.
Probably more noticeable. I was coming in less and less, so I guess maybe that was my character. Like, oh, she's the girl that doesn't come in. She's the girl that when she does come in, she doesn't speak to anybody. So it's like I was being more excluded out of things, I could say. And then academically though, I'd like to add, I don't know how it was for you guys in drama, but I genuinely did see them try to like educate us on, like you said, the dancing cultures and the history. And
I think that's the luck we actually got in dance. I was telling Sam this. I was saying there was more cultural stuff and there was more black people coming in. So if I was,
they tried to, because ballet is what is it? That's like, what am I trying to say?
That's the OG.
In dance.
That's the OG.
Yeah, in dance, ballet is it's an elitist dance form, right?
Yeah.
So they tried to show us other forms of dance than just that, which is why they spoke about all ethnography and how a lot of the lecturers had actually been to other countries to study dance and some of the historical figures we were learning about, like Isadora Duncan, Ted Shaw, Ruth St. Denis, like. It's only I learned recently, like you see the way they're now pulling down statues of slave traders and stuff in London. If I had passed them, I probably wouldn't have known. but recently I found out who those people were. And we would learn about people like Alvin Ailey in passing. There's no, do you know what I'm saying? Those are dancers who, so if you were a dancer, you'd know Ailey, innit? So,
yeah. But the thing is, I was lucky enough to even get taught this in college before I even got to uni. So I already knew Alvin Ailey is it. But in uni now, it was just like Ailey.
They'll mention his name and they'll be like, we weren't really learning about, but we were learning about the dancers who weren't accepting any ethnic minority into their dance company. We were learning about people who they were just going off the looks. Like, I learned so much when I went to America. It was a blessing for me. I think I was more culturally awakened in America than in the UK.
Was there any lecturers / staff you felt you could turn to? If not, why not? If so, why were you able to approach them, or why were you not able to approach them?
You lot answer first.
Okay, I can go first. In dance, no. I'm going to be completely honest.
There
was no one, because I feel like in drama, when I first started, it would have been Anetta.
Really?
She was my, because she was my what do you call them people that you go to in the morning?
She would have been basically mentor, basically.
Yeah. So she was because I actually spoke to her. Like, and she was like, if you need anything, like, you can always come to speak to me. Obviously, sometimes I would just dodge down, like, yeah, I'm doing something else. But it would have been her. It would have been her. No one else, unfortunately.
I hear you. Shakira, do you want to go? Do you want me to go?
I'll go because mine is quick. I think in first year, not so much. There's one particular lecturer though that I can say he definitely did try to make an effort with me, because I feel like
is it black one? Glasses?
No.
Oh.
Funny enough, no.
Oh.
He genuinely did try, because I think he saw what was happening in first year. So second year, he made an effort with me and like always wanted to check in with me and how I was doing. And then third year, just like not so much, but maybe he felt like he didn't know how to help me further. But he did try.
Okay, he actually put in effort. For me, not one dime of a person straight. But I've spoken with Nakie. I might have even spoken to you, Shakira, about it. We had 2 black lecturers. I didn't know that we had 2 until second year. So we had 1 female, 1 male. Male was the one that was there from like the day dot. Black male. Now, don't get me wrong. I approached him on like little stuff when second year and third year started, and that started to be more noticeable. I felt like I couldn't approach him because I didn't feel like he would get the answers we needed, but also fight for us the way I'm not saying that maybe I was wrong in that, but that's how he still didn't make me feel comfortable enough to come to him in the way of me being assured that he would get results for what was going on. The rest of the lecturers, now there would have been one other person, which would have been an American teacher that I could have approached. The reason why, again, I didn't approach her, because I don't think that she had enough. She was still a beginner. Not beginner in terms of like as teaching, but she was still new because she came in second year. I don't think that she would have been able to push and get results that we wanted, because I don't think she would have had enough clout or enough influence to get results. Other than that, those are the only two that I would have wanted to go to. Gone.
Just a quick question then. So the people who were going to some of the faculty with their concerns and stuff, to you, were they getting the results that they were after? Like, do you feel like the faculty was helping them? Maybe the non-black students that were going to the faculty.
They got results. They got results. I mean, it shows in last year what happened to us. So me, Nakie, and another one of our black people that was working in a group, we went to our lecturer and we said I was practically begging this guy. I said, I cannot work with these lot. And it wasn't because they were white. It was because nothing was working. I knew that I didn't want to be with this because they were clicking up together. And I said, this ain't working. I said, yo, like, we need to be put in, like, separate us, we will get results. Nothing happened. Literally, within a week, one of the other girls, which was a past friend, went to, and I don't know how many of them went, but I know she was one of the people that went to him. The following week after I spoke to him, said basically, can't work with us, doesn't want to work with us. Next couple of days, yep. So we're splitting you up.
Isn't it?
So,
out of nowhere. Nothing came after that. No conversation, no nothing. It just goes to show we was all in the dark and we was not informed by anything. We were made to be people that didn't want to work with that certain group because we didn't want to work with white people.
Yeah, they made it.
That's what they made it sound like.
They said, they said to other people.
But I just felt like when that issue was brought to a lecture, that lecture did nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all. So it was a thing where it was like, okay, you know what? Let's do what we do and stick to what we know and what we know is best for us.
Yeah. And
we continued working. But when did we even get anybody to check up on us? When did we were avoiding these things because we were thinking, if you're going to come in as a lecturer and be negative, we don't want it.
Yeah.
We don't want it.
I don't know about in second year for whether or not the fellow, like my other Caucasian people were getting results when they spoke to lecturers, because a lot of my friends weren't really speaking to lecturers about what was going on anyway. But I don't know about other ones that I didn't speak to. But in third year, they got results. No one was approachable. Let's say that. And that is a massive problem. No one was approachable for black students to even be like, okay, I think something seems a bit fishy here, but I'm not sure. For them to not even say that.
And it's not like they weren't seeing the tension and the separation with you guys. So maybe they were like, you guys can work that out, and not, oh no.
Yeah, like that's what got me. Like, you can see, but still you want to go, shut your eyes. Like, but still you want to shut your eyes. Like, no, don't do that.